guys sell them at to make that up? So it's already started, and for people who didn't realize what a tariff was, you're about to find out, okay? Because it's going to affect everything that you buy. Because there's not a product on the shelf that doesn't have some element of it that comes from another country. So, good luck.
And now we're starting to see large corporations also announce that they're going to have to implement massive job cuts and slash their sales forecasts for various reasons, one of them being due to incoming raises in prices due to Donald Trump's tariffs. We see here from Fortune, Nissan announces 9,000 job cuts and slashes sales forecasts as it faces severe situation. And this is due to Nissan's plummeting sales and also the fact that they are expecting higher and higher prices in the coming year due to these tariffs. They say the following. When asked about Donald Trump's victory in the U.S. presidential election, the CEO of Nissan said that the company was, quote, hearing various things like tariffs, but it's not just us. Quote, we'll be lobbying in the direction of our medium to long-term plans should remain, but we will conduct our business while monitoring the situation carefully. Here's a report in the Detroit News about Stellantis. Stellantis cutting 400 jobs at Detroit Parts Warehouse. Stellantis NV plans to cut about 400 union workers at an East Detroit warehousing facility early next year. The indefinite layoffs will affect all United Auto Workers represented employees at the Freud Street Parts Sequencing Facility, which is near the company's Detroit Assembly Complex Jefferson plant. Stellantis said it's transitioning operations to a third party. Quote, as Stellantis navigates a transitional year, the focus is on realigning the U.S. operations to ensure a strong start to 2025, said a statement on the layoffs sent by their spokesperson. Here is an article from CNN outlining the threat of Donald Trump's tariffs. Would have been nice if they did this before the election, but here's what they have to say right now. CNN writes, you will pay for Donald Trump's tariffs. Here is the proof. They say the following, but if you don't want to heed the many, many economists' warnings about former President Trump's fringe economic plans, take it from the people running the companies that make the stuff you buy. Prices will go up. How much and how fast is hard to know, but you could bet your bottom dollar that you'll be needing more dollars to pay for everyday goods if Trump's sweeping tariffs are put in place. Quote, if we get tariffs, we will pass those tariffs costs back to the consumer, said the CEO of AutoZone. AutoZone won't need to wait until the policies are enacted, the CEO noted, once they know what the markup will be. Quote, we generally raise prices ahead of that. And I want to share this as well. We've seen a lot of gamers getting the back of Donald Trump, especially these Gen Z gamers supporting Donald Trump. Well, we're now learning that the price of game consoles is about to spike because of Donald Trump's tariffs as well. Here are just some of the headlines going around the various tech publications. Here's one. Trump tariffs will make video game consoles up to 40% more expensive. Here's another. Console prices could skyrocket by 40% due to Donald Trump's victory. Tariffs can make a PS5, a PlayStation 5 Pro, cost up to $1,000 US, experts say. Here's another headline. Trump's proposed tariffs could hit gaming hard, study finds. Well, I guess it was all worth it, MAGA. Enjoy paying those higher costs while Elon Musk's net worth skyrockets to $313 billion this week, as estimated by Bloomberg after Donald Trump's election. And as Yashar Ali notes, when Musk reaches $401 billion, which is inevitable, he will become the richest man in history who is not a monarch or head of state, even when past fortunes are adjusted for inflation. His net worth will be around 1.4% of the GDP of the United States. Additionally, his network will fully exceed that of his birth country, South Africa. But sure, he's looking out for your best interests, MAGA. Okay, this is a Nigerian American who supported Donald Trump, had his back the whole way during the election. And following the election, he was in one of these MAGA chat rooms, these live chats with his fellow MAGA supporters. And a fellow Trump supporter told him that because he is black, he will never actually be accepted in the movement. Watch this.
MAGA family, I was on TikTok Live, and a fellow Trump supporter said that all he needed was my vote. I'll never be part of the MAGA family, and that I'm black, I'll never be accepted, but he just got my vote. Nah, that's crazy. Like, I love MAGA Nation, I love the MAGA family, and that breaks my heart that someone would speak to me like that right after the election, that all I was a vote? Nah, I love all you guys, and I know most of you MAGA family members are not racist, and I love you guys, and I'll keep repping MAGA Nation, Trump 2024, but that really broke my heart that some guy would say that. Extremely heartbroken.
And now I want to share with you this story written in the Statesman, statesman.com. They say the following, quote, an undocumented immigrant from Guatemala says the odds of Trump improving the economy is worth the potentially higher risk of deportation. Quote, Trump wants to deport people who do bad things. I have not broken any laws. I hate to say it, but have you been listening to this guy at all? Well, maybe I should show you at least what he's saying right now and what his supporters are saying right now, what the people who are going to implement these policies and result in your deportation are saying right now. Here's Senator-elect Jim Banks dismissing concerns of the business community about deporting as many as 15 million people in the United States, saying, quote, a mandate is a mandate. Watch this.
Who will say, we need these people. They are workers that really fuel our businesses. And then aside from business, just even taking agriculture as an example, I want to read a quote from Michael Marsh, President and CEO of the National Council of Agriculture Employees. He says, from an employer standpoint, you're very concerned when you hear somebody talk about deporting a significant amount of the existing workforce. What do you say to him and others who really do rely, even hospitality, who rely on these undocumented migrants?
A mandate is a mandate, and the president winning the popular vote on Tuesday is a strong signal that this is what the American people, the public, expects us to do. And only Republicans who completely misread the moment, who don't understand what the mandate means, and I don't think there are very many of them left in Congress.
Well, don't say we didn't warn you, MAGA. You broke it. You bought it. Trump and Republicans are about to control every lever of the government, so I don't want to hear any excuses as this all continues and they start to feel the fallout of their choices. But in the meantime, here's what we're going to do. We are going to hold Trump accountable. We are going to expose him every